Fed take a picture. Bitch take a picture. Bitch take a picture. Bitch take a picture. Fed take a picture. Hey, I'm still rolling switch. Trapping in the trench, bitch, moment they gonna have to come and get me.
E aí a falta do Smush Parker.
Before we get into that, welcome to Players and Coaches. All right, this is Dope Boy DTV Reloaded / Players and Coaches. And like I said before, um, this is a sports, entertainment, and news broadcast, which is fair use, right? Because I'm going to be giving my critique, my commentary, and I'm going to be giving education, right? And it's fitting and it's a blessing in disguise that the Kwame Brown thing is going on right now. At the same time, when I was starting this boot up, the reboot or the reload of Dope Boy DTV, because I always had it planned to do players and coaches right behind it, and so it's just the perfect setting with the Kwame Brown situation because it is teaching, it's real teaching taking place in this story that's going I'm gonna be able to deliver clear cut evidence of the work that I'm doing, and I'm gonna be able to disprove the narrative that he's a bust. I'm gonna be able to accomplish those two things in once. So killing two birds in one stone. It's always a pipe situation. You know what I'm talking about? And so shout out to Kwame Brown Bust Life. You know what I'm talking about? You need to change that shit to Kwame Brown Boss Life. Cause only a real boss gonna buy his mama a house at 17, 18, 19 years old. I'm talking about only real bosses. Regardless of how you do it, whether you playing football, basketball, or you selling narcotics, or you rapping. I don't give a fuck how you do it, cause that's the areas we come from. It don't matter how you make it happen. Yeah, gotta make it happen. You know what I'm talking about? Now you can be one of the ones that watch your mama cry and watch your mama struggle and watch your sister be subject to all the things that young black girls go through in the inner city, or you can go out there and you can get some money. So you know what I'm saying. That's a choice we all make, but we got to salute Kwame because he did it the right way. He did it the right way, and he did a real boss move by being able to buy his mama a house such a young age. Now let's get into the basketball because it's just a whole lot of shade and a whole lot of salt, and you get that when you from the trench. You got niggas from suburbia and middle class America, and they hate the project babies because we gifted at everything, and it's not our fault. You know, it's a gift and a curse. You wouldn't want to grow up how we grew up. You feel me? I don't think you should be hating. You should really be trying to eat with me instead of trying to compete with me. That's really what you should be doing. But like I said, with Kwame, he was the number one overall pick coming out of high school, right? They didn't like that. When I say they, I mean Big Brother, right? Because you got these young men coming from the projects or the ghetto or whatever, and they becoming millionaires overnight. And so they wanted to put an end to that because that could close the wealth gap really soon, right? So it's a bigger plot behind hating on Kwame. But we're gonna get into the numbers, the data, and statistics because a two-way big man is not something that is something we see all the time, and that's what Kwame Brown was. Kwame Brown was a two-way big man. He probably could guard three different positions: small forward, power forward, and center, because he had quick feet. You feel me? He was a complete player. He had a back to the basket game. He had a pull up jumper. Um, he could take you off the dribble. You know, I mean, that's a pretty complete out of a big man. He was before his time. You feel me? Because he came in the era where you had Shaq, Chris Webber, KG, Yao Ming. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And the boy was before his time. They hated on him the whole way. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad to see because If you somebody who been watching basketball and you a grown ass man like myself, I've been watching basketballs because I'm from the project. We basketball is in us. It's in our blood. From the time we come out the womb to the time you die, basketball is in you. And the average ghetto baby could still ball right now today. I don't give a damn how old they is. You know what I'm saying? The niggas who from the hood who can't hoop, them niggas, it's not in them. It might be on them, but it ain't in them. You see what I'm saying? It's like when folk be like that dog is in him, that shit is like it come from the trench. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't got it from the trench. But the chosen, them niggas can play basketball, football, rap, write poetry. It's just all the way around like gifted. And I'm not saying that every nigga from the project has this ability, but I'm just saying pay attention to the ones who they hate on the most. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. We gonna really get into this Kwame Brown thing because, like I said, the boy from Brunswick, you know what I'm talking about. Well, they say from South Carolina, but I don't know nothing about that. I know growing up in Atlanta and then and moving and grooving through Georgia getting money, you hear about Brunswick before you make your way to Brunswick. And I fuck with Brunswick. Shout out to Brunswick. It's some real niggas from that way. It's some fuck niggas from that way too, but it's fuck niggas everywhere. It's real niggas and fuck niggas everywhere, but it's not a lot of real niggas left, you know. And I think we have to, we got to start speaking out because the new generation, them niggas ain't got no OGs and shit. They not learning from nobody. They learning from the internet. You feel me? And the internet is a big lie. It's a big mirror. It's a big what they say, smoking mirrors or some shit like that. But yeah. But all right, we're gonna get into the Kwame shit. I regress. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into this Kwame Brown shit, man, because the boy was a two-way player, a big man, two-way big man. To me, he had the best he was the best defensive big man for at least 5 years to me. Because it was nobody that really who was really a dominant defensive big man other than like Ben Wallace or I don't it's I just can't even think about nobody who was just like after Matumbo, like what who was it? Alonzo Mourning? But I'm saying like a two-way big man, somebody who can score 30 in any given night and somebody who can get you 5 blocks, 5 steals, 10 rebounds, 10 points any given night. He didn't get a lot of minutes and he didn't get a lot of shots. The nigga played with Kobe, Gilbert Arenas, and Michael Jordan. Okay, so it's not a lot of shots for anybody on those teams, but he didn't get a lot of shots, and that's something that you can't take that out of consideration. They wasn't considering nothing with Shouter. They were just straight up hating on him and talking crazy. You feel me? When clearly you see him out there on the court, if you paying attention and he's not injured, you see that oh man, this nigga's could be a monster if he had the minutes, if he actually had plays ran for him like a Tim Duncan. Cause guess what? Most of the number one picks, they was the man. It was their team. He didn't ever go to a team where it was his team. He was on a team with Michael Jordan, a team with Gilbert Arenas, and a team with Kobe. Now I think that he should have been the man on that Gilbert Arenas team, because even though Gilbert Arenas had some talent and shit, that nigga had to shoot 30 times. You know what I'm saying? Like he got better by practicing on the court. That's my opinion. The nigga practiced on the court, man. The nigga was doing shit like you should have been doing in practice. Like in the game, you need to have ball movement. You need to have like a game plan. Like that nigga was just doing some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that he ruined those teams he was on. That's my opinion. I fuck with Gilbert Arenas, but I'm just saying like I fuck with Agent Zero. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like he hated on Kwame and he need to keep it real. Come out, Gilbert, and keep it real about Kwame. Just come out and keep it real. Fuck all this shit all the playing games and all the little lame man shit you be doing. Come out and keep it real, man. Tell the truth. You feel me? Because when it comes to big men in that era, Yao Ming, Shaq, all of these different. Give me Kwame Brown. Give me a healthy Kwame Brown, right? Give me a healthy Kwame Brown, because you know what he gonna do? He gonna beat every last one of them niggas off the dribble. He gonna beat them off the dribble, and he gonna get to the cup. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna do too much talk. I'm gonna show y'all.
E aí a falta do Smash Parker ali do Yao Ming. T-Mac.
Kobe Bryant with 8 points, quick ones for Los Angeles, with just under 6 minutes played here over 6 minutes played in the quarter. Oh, a slam, a throwdown off the rebound by Kwame Brown. I guess he's all right. Guess that ankle's fine. 5 of their last 6. Grady off the mark. And here come the Los Angeles seasons, going back-to-back as the NBA scoring leader.
Well, these guys may be the best two pure scorers in the game in their ability to shoot threes, get to the rim. Nice move by Kwame Brown, hit free throws, get off shots, contested shots, make contested shots. And these two guys right here are probably as good as it gets as far as pure scorers in the NBA.
Kwame Brown, meanwhile, going to the free throw line for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kwame Brown missed their last run a couple of nights ago at home here because of a sore ankle. Brown has battled injuries this year. He's actually played 13 games after missing 2 months with a very severe ankle injury. Knocks down the first foul shot. Just a 42% free throw shooter on the season, but those two.
You know what? It's tough guarding someone when you know every time they touch the ball, they want to shoot it. There's no breaks whatsoever. The best you can hope for is keeping him the ball. Nice move.
Kwame Brown is very active tonight, Tom Culver. Brown with 8 points.
Well, he's doing a nice job on the offensive end, making himself available.
His conditioning not quite there yet, but looking pretty good in this game. Brown had it rejected by.
I would just see if I can get Yao down low.
Grady had it knocked away by Kwame Brown. Quick hand robbed and mugged. And it was a time where Lamar Odom, and still is a time where he's been very introspective, really grounding himself in his faith. But it has been a struggle for him.
Let's see if he can get some easy buckets for his teammates.
Kobe Bryant on the wing. He's been conspicuous by his silence offensively here in the third quarter. Just 1 point. Inside for Kwame Brown, and he's fouled underneath. There are a couple of Rockets in the neighborhood. Let's see who they call it against. Bob Delaney telling Yao Ming that maybe
about a call that
Kwame Brown
got the.
Yao Ming saying recently that he's been watching Shaq a lot lately and seeing and watching and learning how Shaq is dealing with. Boy, the silence in Staples Center is deafening right now, Tom. Well, there's not much to cheer about if you're a Lakers
No
supporter.
reason to get excited.
Kwame Brown inside, and that might be something to cheer about.
Well, defensively, they've been pretty good in the quarter. I mean, they forced tough shots, and the Rockets not shooting very well. But
It does this time.
he can make 4 or 5 shots in a row in a heartbeat.
Here he is in the pinch post against Battier. Still ice cold. Kwame Brown got it over the top of Mutombo. Looking inside.
Good job of forcing him out.
Clear it out for Yao Ming, working against Kwame Brown. Brown standing his ground and got a piece for the block.
That was really good defense right there. Now, if this one goes,
7 straight points for the Lakers. Here's Yao Ming for the Rockets. Kwame Brown with another good defensive play, defiantly shaking his head and saying, not in my office, not this time. A chance to cut the lead to 3 for Los Angeles. Bryant off the screen from Brown, over Yao Ming, got it! Butter! Now close, it's 9. Ray for Alston for 3. And the double team doesn't matter for Kobe. And tipped in by Rockets. Battier inbounding to Yao Ming, their best free throw shooter. Alston almost lost it, and they turn it over. The Lakers have it with 21 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. Bryant looking for the three, got it up, and he's fouled before the shot. The foul is going to go against Yao Ming. And a quick foul by Yao Ming on Kwame Brown, who, by the way, is the worst free throw shooter on the floor for Los Angeles at just 42%. So that is the given strategy of Jeff Van Gundy.
Well, that's a great strategy right there. Now, I don't know if they were going to foul anybody that caught the ball, but to foul Kwame Brown in that situation, I mean, that's a nice job of coaching by Jeff Van Gundy.
Hey, 5 of 6 tonight, but he misses that one. Look at Kwame Brown's reaction after the miss. Done a nice job at the free throw line tonight, but usually it's how many you make in the last 2 minutes from the free throw line that really counts. Missed them both. The Lakers get it back. Bryant, Kobe, Butter, tied at 95. Another T-Mac pulling up, got a look. Rebounded, and we're going into overtime. Let's play 5 more. You guys, since Wilkins, good play. And they throw it away. Hayes turns it over. 3 minutes to go. Bryant in the front court. Over Hayes this time. And he's fouled.
So you seen it. Meaningful minutes and meaningful games is what we have from my boy Kwame. You know what I'm saying? Meaningful minutes and meaningful games down the stretch in his career. And he showed that he wasn't a bust in LA and in Charlotte. And it's funny that nobody talks about that. Nobody got shit to say about LA and Charlotte. They want to talk about Kwame with the Wizards. And with the Wizards, the boy was showing his ass when he was healthy. You feel me? They sabotaged him. And they continued the narrative that he was a bust. You feel me? But that was just one game against Yao Ming where his defense was a factor in pushing that game to overtime. You feel me? If there's no Kwame Brown on the court, the Lakers lose that game. You feel me? They lose that game in regulation. It doesn't go to overtime. That's the point. You know?
E aí a falta.
And it's unfortunate that they continue the narrative, though, that Kwame was trash and he was a buzz and all of this shit here, because clearly he wasn't. Clearly he wasn't. You know? I mean, that was just one game against Yao Ming and T-Mac and the Wizards. I mean, the Rockets when he was with the Lakers. We're going to go back, though, to when he was with the Wizards, because they say he was trash then, and I beg to differ. I know he wasn't trash. You know who was trash? Michael Jordan, motherfucking that. Jordan was trash. That team was trash. Kwame wasn't trash.
To have a few turnovers. Kwame gets fouled by
My bad, I don't have a technical difficulties. But I just wanted to point out that This is the Western Conference champions: Mike Bibby, Chris Webber, uh, uh, Vlade Divac, Doug Christie. You know that team that went to the Western Conference Finals a bunch of times. That was on the brink of winning the championship. This is Kwame Brown destroying that team as a Wizard. You feel me? Now, he had been through some injuries and shit like that, but he appears to be healthy right now. The team is on a long ass losing streak, as they always were, because Michael Jordan just did a horrible job with the team. Now, did he do a little bit better down the road with Gilbert Arenas and all of them guys? He had Larry Hughes and all of them guys. Yeah, it was better. You feel me? But running this shit through Kwame is what y'all should have been doing, because this is one game where he showed you that he could lead the team to wins. You feel me?
I see Webb, and he'll shoot two. Strong move by Kwame Brown. Well, it's off to a good start, being very active in the paint. You got to make those moves quickly before the defense snuffs in. Particularly a player like Doug Christie, you have to be careful and be aware of where he is on the defensive end at all times.
70% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Wizards losing 114 to 110 in overtime last night. A streak that began in Boston on March 5th.
So I had to pause it right there and bring it back. Okay. So you can see the night that before this game, he played 43 minutes, which was almost the whole game. They let him play. And you see his numbers. 8 for 13, which is over 50%. 21 points, 6 rebounds. They didn't show the steals, blocks, or no shit like that, but I'm pretty sure he had a few steals and a block at least. The man was no bust. This is not a bust. He put up numbers when he played, and he had a long ass career. Nigga, that ain't no bust.
Free throw shooter. Misses the first. Wizards losing 114 to 110 in overtime last night. A streak that began in Boston on March 5th, with losses then coming to New York, Denver, Orlando, Atlanta, Boston, and New York again. So they show.
Well, great move by Kwame. Well, he had to make sure he kept that left foot down. Could have got called for a traveling.
Bibby in the lane, lays it up, no good. Tip up, 9-point lead. Miller with Thomas for Kwame. Nice move, and shoots.
Third jump shot from that same area that Kwame has made.
Kwame's jumper, got it! 13 points in the quarter for Kwame Brown on 6. Arenas drives on Christie, lays it up, no good. Followed by Kwame, and he's fouled.
Boy, a terrific first quarter from Kwame Brown. That time out muscling, I believe it's Brad Miller. Brad turns to help, and Kwame takes advantage of that opening with the offensive rebound, the putback, and a chance for a three-point play.
Boy, what a quarter for Kwame Brown, who's made all 7.
Did y'all pay attention to that shot that Gilbert Arenas shot? I'm going to take you back really quick, because this is what I'm referring to when I said because of who he played with and the minutes that he played. We have to really take that into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Now, Kobe didn't make shots. He didn't take shots like this consistently. He probably did sometimes. Kobe will shoot that bitch 35 times, 40 times if he feel like it. You know what I'm saying? He scored 80. Kwame Brown was on that team when he scored 80. It wasn't that nobody else could score. But when you in a groove like that and you on a team where you don't have no other stars per se, or niggas who demanding 20 shots a game, you can do that. And he did that. And he won the game. They won the game. What's the big deal? You feel me? Because when he was with the Lakers and they needed Kwame to score, he scored. You feel me? But he was a two-way player. And how many two-way players put up numbers consistently other than like the Kawhis and Paul Georges of today? But they didn't play, they wasn't big men. So they wasn't banging. Ain't no banging involved like that with today's NBA in the perimeter game. And they're basically perimeter, you know. So you can't even compare the two-way prototype of a big man and the two-way prototype of a wing. It's not the same. You feel me? And like I said, Kwame was playing with Shaqs, Yaos, really big men and shit. You know what I'm talking about? In the physical NBA. So, but look at this shot that Gilbert Arenas took.
I believe it's Brad Miller. Brad turns to help, and Kwame takes advantage of that opening with the offensive rebound to put.
You would think Gilbert would have a better attitude and a better memory of Kwame Brown, cause really, to be honest, all of them on the same page as far as letting him be the scapegoat and the reason why they didn't win. Now, y'all niggas didn't win because of shit like that. You needed a point guard. That's what the fuck you needed. All of those teams needed a point guard. You're not going to win a championship or a playoff series without a point guard.
Back and a chance for a three-point play. Boy, what a quarter for Kwame Brown, who's made all 7, has 5 rebounds, a couple of assists, and 16 points, and that basket will not count. So the Wizards come back after falling down by as many as 9. Kwame Brown perfect for the quarter. Washington ends the period on a 9-0 run. And after one in our nation's capital. Points for Kwame since the first quarter. Yeah. The Bullets got him in November '94 for Tom Gugliotta. And 3 first-round picks. Kwame lays it in. He had to quickly readjust himself, so he put the ball on the floor quickly. And fortunately kept it away from the outside defender. 20 for Kwame, whose career high is 25 again. Barry Stackhouse started 1 for 5. Since then, he has come on to hit 5 of 7 from the field. Kwame inside. Strong move. Very strong. Brad Miller got a piece up on the front side and looked like Weber from the back. But that did not stop Kwame from putting that shot down. 22 points and 12 rebounds for Kwame. Kwame starts the period for Washington. No call, and Kwame hits the short jumper. Wow, that was close. That was very close. That could have gone either way. Yep. Stackhouse baseline a little bit short. Kwame with another rebound. Puts it in. And Kwame Brown has a new career high 26 points. How about the rebounds? 16 rebounds is a season high. Last season, Arena splits defenders, short jumper. Hit up and in by Kwame. Ties his career high. Stojakovic, bingo, 3-pointer. Bibby backs up, fires. Kwame's there, and is fouled. Well, they got the look they wanted, pushed the ball up, and Bibby gave the fake to get the first defender by him, and then he had a wide-open look, and it looked like it was good when it left his hand, and even as it made contact with the rim, but it just bounced around a couple of times. So Kwame has career highs in points and rebounds tonight. 28 points, besting the old mark for Kwame of 25, which he had against Indiana. Now 29. And 19 rebounds. Previous high was 18 against Toronto last season. How about that? That's scary. 30 points for Kwame Brown. The 19 rebounds, both career highs. Gilbert Arenas had 27, 10 assists and 8 steals, playing in all 48 minutes. Stackhouse with 21 and Mitchell Butler with 13. And George Johnson standing by.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. 30 points.
Big night for you. 19 rebounds. I mean, maybe your best performance as a pro?
Yeah, it was just one of those nights. You know, I finally had a night where I was hot. You know, couldn't miss, so I kept shooting.
You know, you say you finally had a night where you were hot, but the fact is, over the past couple of weeks, it seems like you're getting more and more comfortable offensively with this team.
Yeah, you know, Warren and everybody talked to me about taking the elbow jump shot and stop pump faking all the time. So I started shooting, and I hit the first one and hit the second one, so I said, hey, might as well shoot it.
This was a game that you really needed to win. Well, I mean, obviously you want to win every game, but this losing streak, it keeps going on and on. And last night you guys played extremely well against the Knicks. How big is a victory, especially over the best team out of the West?
I mean, it's a great feeling to beat Sacramento at home. You know, after losing so many games, you know, fans booing us, and you know all the things that's happened over the past week.
The ups and downs that this season has presented to you. What kind of camaraderie have you guys built between each other?
Well, I think we're getting thick skin because you know everybody's so down on us. We're getting thick skin and drawing us closer and knowing that we all we have.
Again, congratulations to you. Big night for you. Hopefully more wins for Kwame Brown and the Washington Wizards. Again, Kwame with a career high in points and doing the job also on the boards. Back over to you guys.
So y'all seen that. What more can I say? I bet you that shit wasn't covered at all on ESPN because once Michael Jordan stopped playing for the Wizards, ain't nobody really give a fuck what's going on in Washington. Period. Ain't nobody really give a fuck. You know, Gilbert Arenas just one of them niggas that just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we ain't heard shit from Jerry Stackhouse. I would like to hear what Jerry Stackhouse has to say because he was there. We ain't heard shit from him. This is important, man. Clear this man's name, man. Y'all want to goddamn keep calling my dog a bust when clearly he wasn't. Clearly he wasn't. But we need to. I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck going on, man. Help me understand. Help me understand what the fuck going on. Help me understand. Why is y'all continuing the narrative that he's a bust? I want to know because he was a two-way player who was a big man. His job wasn't just to score points. His job was to play defense and rebound. Help me understand. You just seen him crush the Western Conference champions, right? Or the Western Conference,
Good evening, or should we
I don't know
say
what you want to call them motherfuckers, but they was in the Western Conference finals a lot. They was in that motherfucker a lot, and I don't know why they ain't never win that motherfucker, cause they had a squad out there, man. You know what I'm saying? They definitely had a squad out there. But yeah, man, shit. They keep trying to call my dog a bust, and clearly he's not. Shout out Dale Curry, you know what I'm talking about? Because he gave us Steph Curry, and your son is he is a monster. You feel me? And he's changed how basketball is being played and how it's viewed, and you know what I'm talking about? Salute to Dale Curry, man, for doing an excellent job, man. You know what I'm talking about? But this is about Kwame, and y'all want to say he a bust, and it ain't even a y'all. It's really one dude, two dudes. Cause you know how like in the circle when motherfuckers run in the circle and one nigga can say something, and then you know you have just a bunch of dick riders. If it's a yes man in the crew, some yes men, they gonna go right along with what the one said. You feel me? And that's what's going on with this Kwame Brown situation. And that shit done spread like a disease. And so now everybody's saying that shout is a bust. But I was sitting around watching basketball all the time. I know nigga what I see. I ain't retarded or slow or blind. You feel me? So I mean let's get into it.
Good late afternoon, everybody. Steve Martin here along with Del Curry. You know, the coaches wondered what the motivation would be after the playoff chase would be over. And everybody's treating it like an audition for next year. Nobody more so than Kwame Brown.
Without a doubt. Kwame Brown is really finishing the year off on a strong note. We saw it in Miami the other night. He played well in traffic. Look, did not give up on that play. He ran the floor. DJ rewards him right here with a nice layup. But Kwame, a force on both ends. In the paint, rebounding, finishing around the rim in traffic. Kwame Brown is trying to win a job for next year.
And he's not the only one, really. When you talk about the Bobcats get ready to take on the Detroit Pistons, take a look at our starting lineups. Brought to you by Budweiser. Pistons come in at 28.
On that play, he ran the floor. DJ rewards him right here with a nice layup. But Kwame, a force on both ends. In the paint, rebounding, finishing around the rim in traffic. Kwame Brown is trying to win a job for next year.
And he's not the only.
So you see it at Miami, he had 23 points. He stepped up in a major way. I think their whole team stepped up. That's a lot of points right there on that board right there. And that's a great accomplishment. And so for everybody who's watching basketball in those days, you know, that team shouldn't have had a chance. But I don't know what the fuck happened. But that team shouldn't have had a chance. But Kwame Brown was a big part of that, a huge part of it. His defense gave them extra chances to put up points. And his defense also gave him a chance to put up points. He changed the whole dynamics for a whole team. That's what he could do. That's why he went #1. And that's why he's not a bust. And that's why y'all need to, you got to clean that up. I mean, because I don't get paid to do basketball analysts. I don't know who the fuck Kwame Brown's greatest fan is, but they probably just really a good fan. But with me and him put together, oh man, we like ESPN right now. We giving you some in-depth shit to change a narrative that was a lie and uncover a lie and give facts and data and statistics right now in front of your face. It's happening right now in front of your face. Like, share, and subscribe right now. Let's get this shit rolling and get the ball rolling, because if you give me more, I can give you more. And that's how it's going down.
Really, when you talk about the Bobcats get ready to take on the Detroit Pistons, take a look at our starting lineups. Brought to you by Budweiser. Pistons come in at 28 and 50 in the backcourt. Rip Hamilton, as we would like to change that tonight. Kwame Brown with a double-double against Miami in a losing cause, flanked by Cunningham and also by Boris Diaw. Gerald.
Much, Steve. Well, Coach Silas has obviously been very pleased with the play of Kwame Brown, especially lately. But there's one thing he'd like to see added to his repertoire. It's a little streak of meanness. I spoke with Kwame just before the game, and I asked him about that very thing, and he said no, that Coach Silas has not addressed it with him directly, but he said he's open to it. You know, he said, I'll work on it. Those were his exact words. He then went on to say that I'll never start anything, but of course, if someone wants to get physical with me, I don't have a problem getting physical in return. And this is what he said, guys, as a quote: I've always been a good finisher. And he's not talking about at the rim.
Well, Chris Wilcox or Greg Monroe in the jump circle, and it's controlled by the Bobcats. Hey, that's back out. Shot clock now under 10. Up and over now for Kwame. He'll finish in the lane and tie it up at 4.
Gerald Henderson is a nice over-the-top combo guy. With all these scorers and shooters they have, they need a guy that he was a facilitator first.
He spent a lot of time in John Kuster's doghouse this year. Here's Kwame working his way in. Nice play, Kwame Brown, plus the foul on Chris Wilcox, I believe. And that's going to be his second.
Well, they know this. They know Kwame very well, but Kwame, look at him, dribble to the right, trying to get that right hand, but he's doing a very good job lately of releasing the pressure, getting away from it, and then going up with the left, and also taking the hit.
And he kept his left foot as his pivot foot. Stepped into it.
Kwame's got very good footwork, especially on the defensive end. He slides in, takes a lot of charges. He's playing better in traffic. He's a guy that may not be happy the season's coming to a close.
3 straight turnovers for Detroit. Here's the touch pass inside. Back to Kwame. Said, nope, not going to waste it.
Oh, big fella, you deserve to take that jump shot.
I said, no, I know. Catch twice. No. Kwame says, you're not going to get a third time.
Wow.
Well, here's Prince for 3 out front. No. Boris Diaw outfights Hamilton for the rebound. The Bobcats in their 3 previous games have a huge rebound edge. Here's Kwame to the rack.
Oh, nice. DJ. Good patience right there. He saw Kwame.
Hamilton with 2 more. That'll be a goaltending call, but it went in anyway. It'll be interesting to see. There's no Austin Day tries to get into the game, but DJ comes up into front court. We see with Stuckey in the game, there's less of a post-up opportunity for Detroit. On a minute 44 here in this first quarter. Back it comes out to the point to Diaw inside, right to Kwame.
Boy, Boris saw that before Kwame knew he was open. But Kwame with a nice catch through the hands of Monroe and then finished strong.
31-8. Will put the finishing touches. 3-3 from three-point land of the Bobcats.
Front line of the Bobcats carried their team in that first quarter. You see middlemen tonight, 16, 10, and 9 for Kwame. Shooting percentages are high, a lot of assists, rebounds. These 3 guys are doing it all.
And they still have more points in Detroit among the 3 of them. And there's Kwame Brown greeting the coaching staff of the Pistons. He played there. And I would say he, you know, Kwame as a reclamation project probably started his more formative growth in Detroit. He's continued it here in his free agent year. And a great time to put a flourish on it.
They certainly did. They've got him for a few more years.
Whether they want to or not. Kwame in the post. Kwame now taking his time. Now steps into the lane. Over Maxiel. Shot clock at 5. DJ with the jumper. No. Rebound tipped by, or kept alive by White. And then Kwame Brown closes it out.
2 guys working hard. Maxiel.
Ducky tries to stick one right there that would have tied it. Kwame Brown with a rebound. Then Gordon takes it from the corner for 3. The rebound comes to Kwame, and that's going to be 4. And I think the coaches were a little bit apprehensive. I know I was. I said, well, how's this team going to play once Indiana wraps up that playoff spot? But we haven't seen them waving.
No, a lot of pride in these guys. And then, you know, Coach Sauce is going to demand that they finish strong. But you know the guys that without contracts are going to play hard. I thought Wilcox didn't give a good effort in getting that ball. He could have jumped and at least saved it in bounds.
Inside, Kwame Brown in one motion. Kwame Brown with 13. What a play by Kwame Brown.
Yeah, that was a little athleticism right there to catch, turn, and then find the rim. Wanted to foul.
Get out to Villanueva for 3. No. Kwame with a position on a rebound and an over-the-back call on Chris Wilcox. And that'll be quickly his 3rd personal. DJ's been a steadying influence in this game. He came back in, things got right. Kwame inside. They're more than right now. 15 points for Kwame Brown, and we're in the first half.
Speaking of steady.
Goes to Kwame inside. Oh, that one almost went down. The foul's going to be on Monroe. And Kwame Brown going to the free throw line. Brown, 20 minutes so far. With a minute to go.
Boy, he was open in the lane, begging for the ball. Not a piston around him.
You know, we talked about this in the pregame show about the amount of time that he's getting. You know, and I asked Paul, and he says he can't recall at any time previously in his career we had 35 to 40 minutes a game for 5 straight games.
Yeah, well, you get in. Good rhythm, you get in shape, your body bounces back better after games.
Here's Kwame inside, and Villanueva now chopping away at him. I guess the question could be asked, Mr. DeMille, have I passed the audition? Kwame Brown has done just that.
He certainly has, Steve. Been playing very well, good confidence. He's actually been asking for the ball in the paint. Look at Friday in Miami, runs the floor very well, gets out, denies the big fellow, and finishes with a flush. And tonight, carried that momentum back from South Beach. Finishes over the top, catching, finding the rim. Look, clearing space, using his body very well, finishing with the left and the right hand. Kwame Brown, very, very active and confident, and he delivers.
Oh, you bet. 23 Friday night. What will he get tonight? He's got 15 and a half last